Welcome back to another episode of It's Whatever, right? I'm your host, Jen. It's finally September, so welcome to a level 9 of Jumanji. I was going to ask or say, does anybody know what, level 9 of Jumanji is? But considering that it is September, I believe that level 9 is school because everybody starts to go. Everybody is going back to school this month. So I guess that's our level 9 of Jumanji. Um, may the odds be in your favor. And hope for the best. And whatever your decision is, we all support you. So, level 9 should be fun. But yeah, how was everybody's weekend? Tonight, how's everybody's week been? Mine was okay. So, I'm gonna do a little bit of a side story today. So, yesterday, well, first of all, I intended on having a lazy day yesterday, and I actually got a said lazy day, like a lazy Saturday yesterday. My parents went away for the weekend. They went camping. They had asked me if I could come over yesterday to water the garden, and I said, no, I'll go Friday because I'm going to come over anyways. My mom's like, no, just come Saturday. And I'm like, Mom, I really don't want to come over Saturday. My mom's like, no, you can come over. You're good. I'm like, fine. So, I went out Friday night on a date. And then my car was working fine. And then on Saturday, I kind of slept till fucking noon. I didn't go to bed till almost 3 a.m. on Saturday. Yeah, or Friday night. And then I went to go to my parents' house. They live about 45 to an hour away. And then realized that my car wasn't moving, and I was like, sometimes I'm dumb and I forget to put my car in drive, and my car's still in park because I'm dumb. Don't ask. So I was like, okay, and I realized that my car was in drive, but my engine light was on, and I'm like, you're fucking kidding me, right? Nope. So I turned my car completely off, turned it back on, engine light's still on. Went to go fucking move. Can't move. The car started rolling and then made this awful noise, and then it started rolling, and I was like, oh, no. Checked everything. Everything's fine. My buddy came over and he goes, yeah, it's your clutch. I'm like, you have a dual clutch and that's broken. And I'm like, oh, well, fuck you, Ford. Okay, you gotta love Fords, right? But, so, I guess my car be like, so, you know how you didn't want to go out today? Well, you're not going anywhere. I also wanted to go to the library. Don't judge me. I know that I already have 30 books out. Literally, I don't. I'm kidding. I actually have 15 books. If you listen to my last podcast, you realize you would catch on. I'm kind of like a bookworm, and I have this obsession with books. And I also bought a new book on Friday, so I have a total of 20 books that I need to read. So, yeah, I was going to go to the library to return some books that I had finished and to return some movies and sign out some more movies. And my car would be like, no, you said you didn't want to go out today, so I'll make sure that you ain't going anywhere. And I'm like, oh, okay, I have to go to my day job tomorrow. It's only a problem because of where I live. For my day job, I go to people's houses for work. And I used to do this for like the first year and a half of I used to walk and take the bus. That was no problem because I lived a lot closer and some of the clients were within like 5 to 10 minute walking distance, right? But where I live to where my clients live are on two opposite ends of the city, for one. I also live on the mountain, like the East Mountain of like in my city. I live on the upper like East Mountain, and then my clients live downtown, which is the west end of the city. So it's going to take me about an hour and a half, 2 hours to get to my first client, which is normally like a 20-minute car ride. And tomorrow's a holiday in Canada / the States. Um, we have Labor Day weekend. Labor. So if you have a baby tomorrow, you are in labor on a Labor Day. Sorry. It's a holiday tomorrow. So with COVID, buses are fucking stupid as it is. They're extra stupid tomorrow because it's a fucking holiday. And my car's just like, well. Also, remember how you said that you would like more exercise? Yeah. Remember that? Yeah? Okay. You're also getting more exercise too. And I'm like, and I bought you so I don't have to walk and take the bus. Oh no. Okay. But now into the podcast. I don't know if I had we're on like episode 26 now. I don't know if I had made this a topic already or not, but the topic is toxic people. This is kind of like a hard topic in a way, and trigger warning for some people. So be very careful on maybe this is not the podcast for you. But this week we are going to talk about if I can talk today, toxic people or toxic in general. My Google search of toxic people definition, I'm just going to read you the one that's on top. That the link goes to greatest.com for toxic people, and it says that I'm just going to read you like the whole quote. It's like a quote. Erwin describes a person with toxic qualities as anyone who is abusive, unsupportive, or unhealthy emotionally, someone who basically brings you down more than up. You may begin to feel dependent on him or her for their opinion, doubting yourself. And people with toxic qualities are master manipulators, skilled liars, and great actors. It's another person who says, Thomas, they can be hiding everywhere. One way to identify a person like this is that ugh feeling after hanging out. Every time you talk to them, you feel exhausted, emotionally drained, and negative. I've had my fair share of toxic people, toxic boyfriends, girlfriends. I'm no longer friends with them, but I used to have a toxic best friend, to which we are no longer best friends, for obvious reasons. But this is only like a topic today because it always seems like no matter what you do, you can like comment down below if you're watching this on YouTube. that not everyone has toxic in their life, but at one point in your life you've had someone who is toxic, or sometimes you are, like, some people are toxic to you and sometimes you're toxic to other people. Um, but generally everyone has gone through some point in their life where they had some sort of toxic. It could be a family member, like a mother, father, brother, sister, cousin, aunt, and uncle, or even grandparents who are toxic. And just because they are blood does not mean that you can keep them in your life, um, because they're blood related, but they're still toxic. And saying that they are blood doesn't really give them an excuse to treat you like that. And the whole, like, definition of that, like, the blood is thicker than water. So you should stick it out, kind of thing. But no, that's incorrect. Um, like, sorry. Like, that, some people will say, no, you can't get rid of your mother, even though she is toxic, for an example, because, like, the blood is thicker than water. But the whole quote, if you look it up, blood is thicker than water, you'll find what is the full saying of blood thicker than water. The whole quote comes from the blood of the covenant is thicker than water of the womb. This actually means that blood shed in battle bond soldiers are more strongly than simple genetics. Although we commonly use it to suggest the strength of family ties, it doesn't refer to family at all. So basically, just because the person is blood related to you, does not mean that you have to keep them in, like, your circle. If toxic is toxic, and you do not need to keep them around. If they're honestly bad for your vibe, they're toxic, and they're completely no good for you, you do not need to keep somebody around just because they're related. No, because that is not good for your mental health. That's not good for you. But like I said, I had my fair share of toxic people, to which it kind of, like, ruins a person, and it's like a full circle, really. It first starts out as the person is nice and good to you. There's really no warning signs, and then slowly and gradually you now believe that you are the person in the wrong. And it's very hard to get out of a toxic relationship, and away from the toxic person. And that kind of, like, really, really is a bummer, because, like, no matter what you do, you always feel like you can never get away. I've had that issue for years, where no matter what I did, I could never shake off the toxic person. It always felt like the person followed me wherever I went. And, like, the toxic traits that they had left behind kind of, like, got stuck with me and then fucked me up, to the point now I've been toxic to other people. I've been toxic to myself. And leaving those toxic people in your life makes it very hard for you to move on and grow as an individual and as a person, to try and better yourself, because it's like, it always feels like every time you try and better yourself, that toxic person always has to come in and shut you down for no apparent fucking reason. So I personally don't think that there are really much warning signs to somebody who is toxic, because, I mean, sometimes you can, like, get it right off the bat that somebody is not very good. But some other times, because the person is very good at manipulating and they're a very good actor and they're a very good liar. So it's kind of like very hard to like get the warning signs if somebody is a toxic person in a way. But I find it like very like I get, like I said, like in other touchy subjects, that everyone grows up in a different scenarios, different families. Everybody grows up in different, like they have different upbringings. Um, but it's kind of not trying to defend these toxic people, right? There's like no defending them, okay? Because if you're toxic, you're toxic. There's really no pure excuse for it. But at the same time, for like all of you're toxic for a reason, because you must have had like some sort of trauma in your life, some shitty, pretty much some shitty situations that you were in that made you the way that you are, and you have to act out a certain way because of something that happened in your life, and that's okay. But that doesn't really give you an excuse to be a shitty person at the end of the day. Like, I get that maybe like sometimes grew up in an abusive home, or somebody before you had shit in your fucking cornflakes. So then you have like to learn some kind of like defensive mechanisms to kind of like defend yourself and to make sure it doesn't happen again. So that's kind of like a really, really great area for some people. But at the bright side, there's always, every time it storms, there's always a rainbow at the other side. So just don't let one storm stop you from seeing that pretty rainbow. Because there also could be a cute leprechaun at the end of the rainbow with a pot of gold. That would be amazing, right? Yeah. A brighter note, it's now September. Did you know what that fucking means? Pumpkin fucking spice fucking everything, ladies and gentlemen. Pumpkin spice fucking everything, and stealing your husband's or your boyfriend's sweater because they're gigantic and they're so cozy and so warm, and a pair of leggings and a nice little pair of boots with your pumpkin spice coffee and lattes and fucking everything. It's fall. It's officially fall. Fall started September 1st. It started. I do not care what you say. I'm a typical girl who loves their pumpkin spice. Everything. Like, legit. I seriously on Friday went and here I am in the bulk bar, my local bulk bar, okay, getting the ingredients for fucking pumpkin spice, okay? Like, I've already gotten it and it's already in my fucking buggy. And then I realize that the bulk barn has pumpkin spice already, like, mixed. And oh my fucking god, I'm in fucking heaven. Because now I have, like, 2 versions of pumpkin spice. And it is fucking fabulous. I go to Timmy's, so it's like Tim Hortons. Duh. It's funny because I will go to Timmy's and I'll be like, can I get a double with almond milk and 2 shots of pumpkin spice, please? They're like, miss, do you know that one pump is 3, like one shot is 3 pumps, so that you want six pumps? Yeah. And like, they're like, okay, I can hear the judgment. Don't judge me. You guys only have pumpkin spice for 2 fucking months, bro. I need pumpkin spice. It's official. It's fucking Halloween. Halloween started September 1st. And fall started September 1st. it anybody who's like a huge Halloween fall fan understands this. Completely understands. And it's like, to me, it's also like a start of Harry Potter marathon, because Harry Potter left for school. The Hogwarts train left last week on September 1st at 11 a.m. So it's Harry Potter season. I mean, every day is fucking Harry Potter day, okay? Like, don't even get me started with Harry Potter. I just love September and October. They're like, mostly October. They're my favorite months in the entire year, where people don't really judge you much for starting to decorate not really necessarily decorate for me, because my house I already have what you call Halloween decorations up, but what I call is decor. Now my house doesn't look very weird and odd. It looks normal to you, really. I honestly love everything pumpkin fucking spice and everything Halloween. I'm also one of those people, I don't know why I do this to myself all the fucking time, where I will deliberately find the most scariest, horrible movie on the fucking planet, okay? Then the movie would finish, and then it'd be like the middle of the night, and I would try to go to sleep at like 10 or 11 o'clock at night, and I'm the only one home, and it gets really scary because I just watched a horrible movie, and I realize I have to pee. And then something jumps on the bed, and you can feel it moving, like coming towards you, right? It like slowly comes up to you. And you're like, what the fuck? Then it meows. It was your cat. It's the cat. Yeah. Am I the only one who does that? Watches or reads like the most scariest fucking thing on the planet, and then and then at like 2:30 in the morning you wake up, and then you have to go to the bathroom, but you're too scared to get up to go to the bathroom. Yeah, me too. I have a tendency of doing that all of the fucking time. And why do I do that? I don't know. I told myself every time, never again am I going to do that. I'm either going to stop watching horror movies. That was funny. Or watch in the middle of the day, but then they're not as like cool or funny or scary. And am I a narcissist? But anyways, people, that is all she wrote today on today's podcast. I just wanted to rant a little bit about my car and toxic people, and talk about Halloween and pumpkin spice. Thanks for listening. I appreciate everybody's views, everybody's downloads. So thank you for everybody who has been downloading my podcasts. I know that my podcasts aren't like the greatest. I'm still learning. Mind you, it's a one man or one lady job. I do everything myself, so sometimes it's kind of hard to talk and keep it going, because when I lose like my train of thought, I don't know if you notice, halfway through my train of thought, and it's kind of like hard sometimes to keep the topic going, because I'm like, yeah. But like in the beginning, the first few, I used to like script everything, and that wasn't like as cool. I'm still learning, and since I do this by myself, it's kind of like a little hard to kind of keep the podcast like going and make it a little bit better. But I appreciate that you're still here and listening. So thanks for everybody who downloads my podcast and keeps tuning in every time I post a new podcast. Thank you. So please share my podcast for everybody else. If you enjoy listening to this, I'm sure everybody else will also enjoy listening to my podcast. Or don't. It's whatever, right? Please like and subscribe if you are new, and if you are listening this to me on, what is it, YouTube, feel free to comment down below, and we can have a conversation in the comment section below. I'm always willing to do that, or if you guys have any questions or any topics for future podcasts, feel free to comment down below. Until next time, I will see you later. Bye.